Oh shit! Woo! It might be my PB, bro. Alright guys, we got one right here. I think I have the camera rolling. What we got is our first bass right there. Nice one, bro. So right here, what I'm doing is I'm just targeting the bank. You know, it was hot on this particular day. On the way going towards this tournament, we caught some rain and some lightning and stuff like that. And it was supposed to be high winds, but right here I caught this cove where I launched, and obviously you can see there wasn't as much wind right here. So, and it was pretty shallow. It was like 6 feet, 5 to 6 feet deep. And so what I'm doing, I'm just targeting the bank. I was throwing the worm, landing the drag, and I didn't get anything. So what I did here is I switched over to spinnerbait, and again I'm just targeting that bank, reeling it towards me, targeting the bank, reeling it towards me, and then we end up catching one here coming up, and that would be my second fish of the tournament. So it was good. Another thing is I had never been to this lake before, so it was the first for me. So it turned out pretty good. As you can see, he bit right off, maybe about 2 feet off that bank. Nice, precise one. Second fish of the day. On this angle right there, when the GoPro doesn't record sound, so it's completely quiet. But yeah, it was a pretty nice fish right there. Again, it was just every time I was catching a fish, it was just giving me more confidence to fish this tournament, even though I had never been here before. There was a gentleman that docked off of me real close to the pier, and we were the only two that launched in that area, and he was in that area as well, the same area that I was in, just on the opposite sides, and he helped me out. He was able to, we talked a lot or whatever. I'll go with 1675. It's a good 16 inches. Not bad. There it goes. Nice fish. Right here, what I was doing this particular spot was I was able to see a fish on bed, and so I was trying to target him and get him. And at first I was using a worm, and then I used a lizard. Finally, I switched to a craw, and it seemed like the craw did the trick or whatever. And so because of the fact that he was on bed, when I released him real close to the bed just so he can take care of what he was. It's just the male though, it wasn't the female. But there was a lot of beds around this spot, but there wasn't a lot of fish pulled up on them. You could tell they already had to take care of their business or whatever. So I was able to find this one in particular, and it took a while, but I was finally able to get him to bite. Again, I'm just throwing it past him, letting it job and then working its way so you can cross into his bed. And then you just bounce and make those crawl tails flicker up and down. Try to get a reaction. And you can't see in this video, but there's grass all the way to the top of the water right here. I mean, it's pretty thick stuff right there. So as you travel, you can see little holes, like little spots where there wasn't no grass, and usually that's where there was a bed right there. So but yeah, it's just, you just gotta work it, man. Be patient. There he goes. Nothing big. Yeah, you can tell it was a male. So again, here what I was doing, I was just basically sight fishing. Saw a fish on bed. First had a worm on there, he wasn't interested. Then I had a lizard on there, he wasn't interested. And then I put a white menace on there, and he seemed a little interested in that, but he would just basically pick it up and take it out of his bed. So I switched up to the crawl, and I believe it's a California crawl with the black and red. As soon as I threw that, he seemed really interested. He didn't like the fact that that crawl was in his bed, and I was able to get him. And I believe this was my third fish of the day right here. So I was getting to the limit, so it was good, man. It was good all the way around. I can't remember what the measurement was. I don't know, this is another 16 or 15. Thanks, boy. Another one. Right here, I didn't have my GoPro on my headset running. The battery, it overheated it, and so it's the front GoPro recording it. Now, of course, there's no sound on it, but here, I believe I have to crawl on again, and I'm just targeting the bank right there on the edge, right there behind me. I'm gonna mark it right here so you can see it. But I was just targeting areas like that. You can see there was some, as it keeps coming forward. There's a lot of that on the right there on the bank. So I was targeting around the edge of that grass, and I think I was able to catch two right back to back. One was a keeper and the other one was a dink. But yeah, I just right around that grass line, and it would pop out a little bit, so kind of be almost like a point. And right at the edge of that point, and I would just popping it, and I was able to get one. You see right there where that grass is coming up right there, so it was areas like that. So that's where I was fishing. I'll highlight it right now in the video, that way you can check it out. But yeah, target those areas. I believe that was a keeper. Yes, this is a keeper, and I believe it was I'm not really sure, but we'll see right now. But I believe it was back-to-back cast on on this part right here. But like I said, the second one that I caught was a dink. But this one right here was a keeper, so that was good. But yeah, this lake was really good to me. I had no complaints. I did try to go travel across the lake, but right in the middle, man, that wind was brutal. And so I made it across and fished a couple of docks and didn't get no bite. So I ended up at the last second making the last second decision and ended up coming back this way. Mine, like I said, there wasn't that many kayakers over here. Only me and another guy had launched in that area, and for the most part, one kayak would come in, another one, and he would go right back out. So for the most part, it was just me and him in that area, and you see here in the video coming up that it paid off. It paid off big time. It was the first for me, so. But yeah, good fish right here. What is that? 1450. It's probably the smallest fish, which I was able to get one bigger, maybe about an inch and a half bigger at the very end, which I didn't get on camera, but I will post a picture at the end of this video. I almost caught two, so that was cool. But yeah, not bad at all. I believe right here. You see how I was telling you where that point? Like, so if you look right behind me, you see to the left and to the right, and then you see to the left right there, farther back, you see some more bank. So I was just fishing along that edge right there. So I would throw it all the way to at the front, and then I would just bounce it towards me. And basically, you reel the rod all the way to where it's flat, straight, and then you pop it all the way to it's straight up. And then when it's straight up, you reel that slack all the way back to where it's straight again, and then pop it like that. You work it like that, man. More than likely you're gonna get a bite. I use the Texas rig with a 1/4 ounce weight. Some people like to use a Carolina rig in that situation. There's not a wrong or a right way, what to use or whatever. I mean, you can almost get a fish to bite anything as long as that fish is in that area. So, but yeah, what is that? What am I using right there? A worm. So yeah, maybe that was on a worm. A plum worm at that, because the water was kind of clear and kind of not. It was medium. It was like stained a little bit. But so worm, not a crawl. Cool. So dang, I was able to catch on a spinner bait, on a crawl, on a worm, and the beast that you're gonna see coming up next. He was also on a worm. But yeah, it was great. You can see the clouds. Luckily, that storm passed us, and we were able to continue with this tournament. I know a couple guys didn't fish the tournament just because of what the weather was predicted, because it was predicted to be, pretty bad. But luckily it passed. We launched at 7, and I think we were getting a little bit of drizzle like around 6:30. But then yeah, after that, right when we launched, it was perfect. Only thing about it is that it was getting colder as the day went on, and it started getting cold. And then when we had the award ceremony, man, it was freezing. It was freezing. So again here, I'm dropping it, popping it, reeling it. I'm doing the same thing, and I think this is the bite that I get with the dink right here. You see, usually the reason why I swam so hard because I thought it was a lot bigger fish. Usually, a smaller fish will peck at it, pop, 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 and you'll feel it peck at it. But it's, the worm was too big, so I was waiting to see if the fish was gonna take off with it, and when it did, I thought, okay, well maybe it's just a bigger fish. But so here's the part where it's gonna come up with something great's gonna happen. During that process, I'm very quiet. It's just it wasn't because I wasn't excited. It's just because I was so dialed in trying to catch this fish during the tournament. I knew it was something big. At first I didn't know what it was, but then when I saw it, I did. So yeah, here it is.
Oh shit! Woo! Woo! It might be my PB, bro. Oh my god! Oh shit! All right, guys. I think I just caught my PB. Bro, what a fucking stud, bro. Come on, baby.
Oh, she's good. She'll be good. I just look kind of tired though, like an older. Yeah, she does. Let her keep floating. I'll have to turn her in myself.
Come on, there you go. Woo. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Bro, I didn't think it was a bad. I thought it was something else. Cause my drag was just going. I was like, oh shit, what's going on? Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Don't jump.
I want to thank you guys for coming with OldTown with Ivan. Thank you for the big bathroom. I know one of you guys that walked on that's really
What is going on, man? As you can see, we won big bass, and it was great, bro. I can't explain the feeling of that. Uh, it was a big one. It was X6. It wasn't my PB. I know I had said on the video, like, oh, man, I think I caught my PB. It wasn't my PB. My PB is 814, right, just right under 9. But what an awesome bite. It happened in a lake that I've never fished before. It won me big bass for that tournament, and so I was able to bring home the hardware, big bass trophy. What was cool about that tournament too is that it was a 4-lake shootout, so you had your choice of fishing 4 different lakes. So we chose Ink Lake and got the job done. I was able to finish 8th out of 70 or 68 anglers, so that was nice. It just gave me a little bit more confidence, and yeah, man. Well, not a bad day. First time on Ink Lake. Paid off. It did good. Very happy about it. So thanks. So yeah, just want to give another shout out and thanks to All Star Fishing for putting on this tournament. It was a great event. Them guys know what they're doing. They do it right. So I appreciate you putting on this event, and appreciate the flow with the fish subscribers. Thank you guys, and hit the thumbs like button if you like it, please. And we'll catch you on the next video. Thanks.